Rajan. Rajan has been involved with Scaler right from the beginning. When it comes to taking critical decisions, me and everyone, we usually go to him to take advice. And there are a lot of startups in the Indian ecosystem that started their journey with Rajan being the advisor. So the person that you see here has been, in a way, very instrumental to like what the startup ecosystem looks like today.
It's very interesting. I look back at, my colleagues in all the various places I've been at, my peers, my students at MIT or Stanford or McKinsey. At some point, you just get very comfortable, right? So that's the other thing I'll probably tell you all is never, ever, ever get comfortable. Because the day that happens, you just stop. Just stop. You're not relevant anymore. We're looking at the caliber of the founding team, right? Do they really come with deep expertise in something that they've done? And second, we're looking at the market to say, if you're successful in doing this, can this become a large company, right? Because we have large funds and you have to build a very large company, right? So that's what we look at. If you already launched something, then we look at, does it work? Does it really work? Given the academic training you're going through and what you're learning, you will all be able to build things. How good will it be? That'll depend a lot on your technical skills. Okay, how deep are you with your skills? I think whether you build something useful, it will really boil down to, does anybody want this? We have something in the venture business where called nice to have and must have. You don't want to ever have nice to have solution. You want to have must have solutions, right? We don't have enough doctors. We don't have enough nurses. We don't have enough hospitals. We don't have enough schools. We don't have enough roads. We don't have enough ports. We don't have enough airports. We don't have enough hotels. I mean, what do we have enough of? People. Right? We have 1.4 billion people. But we don't have enough jobs. Right? So I think this is a great opportunity. There is no shortage of problems, whether it's in India or around the world. But I think what you all should do as you start building is solve something that is useful that ideally somebody will pay for. The single biggest trap you'll fall into is you'll think this is really cool what you're building. It's like, who's going to use it?
There's one more thing, I don't know whether you guys know, but Rajan has also been the voice of the startup ecosystem to the Indian government in certain ways, right? And there has been an effort that has been ongoing to bridge the gap between what the ecosystem needs versus what exists in the ecosystem. When people are building products for India, what are key problem statements that are priority for the Indian government?
Before I get into specific problems, right? They have a bunch of missions, right? So there's an AI mission. As all of you know, India is behind on AI. Many reasons for that, but there's an AI mission. They've allocated 10,000 crores, but most of it will go into compute, right? So that you can actually get compute, highly subsidized compute for training and inference. But also they've set aside 2,000 crores to build foundation model for India. They've set aside 1,000 crores for funding, seed funding of AI startups. So AI mission is one. Keep in mind that you will fail. I think the thing you have to learn is how you're going to wake up the next day, accept that you failed, learn from it, and move on. Because what will happen to some of you is you could be 21, you could be 25, maybe the first time it happens, you're 30. It'll certainly happen before you're 30. Otherwise, you're just not striving for excellence. You've got to say, just remember this day. Say, you know what? It happened to me. And you just got to get up the next day. Say, I'm just going to keep going. I think that's the second thing, which is, you can't really do anything amazing if you don't fail, right? I mean, entrepreneurs know this well because, they fail a lot more. But for anybody, by the way, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've been a professional my whole life, okay, all these companies. Never forget where you came from. Because sometimes it's easy, especially most of you will hopefully become very, very successful. It's easy to forget where you came from. Don't forget why you made it.